All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the the quarterfinals of Berlin. Let me just fix something up here. Hang on. We've got Pegula versus Keys. Yeah. Pegula versus Keys is going to be the first match, and then we've also got Shelton Fritz, which is a rematch of last week's final of Stuttgart. They've played some very good matches this year. All right, there we go. But big day today, big day today, and we're going to be watching pretty much all of it on, at least in Berlin. But Sabalenka coming up later. Obviously, Eala taking on Svitolina is happening as well. So yeah, so much is happening today. And we've got Shelton versus Fritz starting in about 30 minutes. So we've got a little bit of time until that one begins. But let's see what happens here, because Keys just beat Mukova pretty easily, to be honest. And Pegula is, I mean, both these ladies are probably underrated when it comes to Wimbledon, overlooked maybe because there's other players. But then with Raducanu losing, you got to think that these two ladies have put themselves in the running of maybe going for the title, because I don't think there is a favourite for Wimbledon. I mean, these two ladies are very capable on grass. Mike's different today.
Is that better? Is that better if I do this? Is this better? Better or worse? 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 What is it? What? Better or worse? I feel like this might be better. Alright. So Keys is walking out on court first, and then Pegula's going to be put.
Keys on court. And Pegula to follow. This is going to be interesting, this one. By the way, we got to... Now, I didn't do this on purpose. I'm wearing this jersey because Australia are playing later, but it's not because we're playing America and we're watching Americans and I'm wearing this jersey to piss people off, all right? The Americans are all asleep anyway, so it doesn't matter. All the Americans are asleep right now because it's too early in the morning. All right. Well, let's see. Keys looked really good yesterday, served really well. So let's see what happens. If Pegula can stop Keys. And then, like I said, we've got Shelton versus Fritz coming up later as well. Sabalenka. And then the big one later. Also, Zverev's playing today. So that's fun as well. So plenty of tennis. By the way, today's going to be so hot. It's going to be stinking hot today. It's going to be like 34 degrees Celsius. So it is going to be a hot day today. And that goes for both Halle and Berlin. It's a hot day in Germany. All right. Here we go. Players are ready to warm up. I'd say Pegula looks a little nervous. Not going to lie. Heat wave in the UK. What is it, 25? Pegula does look a bit nervous. The way Keys plays yesterday was very impressive. And she dismantled Mukova. Oh, wait. Let's see. Winner of this place, the winner of Sabalenka Bartunkova. So it doesn't get any easier for this one. And then we got the thing after this is Noskova versus Badosa, who took out Coco. It's a pretty stacked day today. By the way, every time we watch Pegula, it's always like, yeah, why do we not talk about her more? But then again, it's hard to talk about how she went at the French because she lost first round, or second round, so like she lost early, right? So it's but she could have won. She could have won Wimbledon back in 2024 when she lost to Vondi from like 5-1 up in the third. I mean, she had Vondrousova 4-1 up in the third, I think it was, in big trouble, and then Vondi went on to win the whole thing. So I mean, she beat Swiatek on grass before Wimbledon last year. Bad on Berg, won the title there. So I mean, she's more than capable. And Keys, had she have not gotten injured against Paolini, I think it was back in 24 as well. I mean, these two ladies could have played each other in the final of Wimbledon. Sorry, wait, it was 23 for 2023 for Pegula, 2024 for Keys. She hurt herself, had to withdraw or retire that match against Paolini, and Paolini made the final, right? So Keys and Pegula are very capable on the grass. They've both won grass court titles before. They're both very dangerous on this surface. Yeah, under the radar. But I think with Raducanu losing, they're going to Pegula definitely is going to be put into the mix of considered more of a favorite. And Keys is probably one of the underdogs to win. But if she won Wimbledon, would you be surprised? Probably not, right? She's not a random champion because she just won the Australian Open, 18 months ago. So. Football and tennis, best sports in the world. There you go. 2 hours a head-to-head between these two as well. They played in Australia this year. Pegula got the win in straights against Keys in the 4th round. Oh, I haven't woken up yet. By the way, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. Five AM in Canada. Huge World Cup victory for us last night. Yeah, it was crazy. It's a good win. Who's playing before Australia today? Oh, no, we are the first match. Oh, okay. And then Turkey, Paraguay later. Fritz will defeat Shelton this time. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Fritz really needs to get a win over Shelton. Will you go to the city cam? No. Nope, the tennis schedule didn't allow it. So I'm just going to watch it at home. All right, here we go. They're about to start. Let's see what happens here. So Keys and Pegula. I kind of think Keys might win here. But I'm going to go Pegula in 3. I think Pegula will adjust to the power of Keys and sort it out. All right, here we go. Such a shame for you. Your dedication to this channel is admirable. No worries. Yeah, if that so the Svitolina match wasn't last, I would go. But I just know that once that Svitolina match is done, that match is not. I don't think that match is going to be over quickly. I think it's going to take 2 hours minimum. So it just hasn't. Just didn't work out. As a return the net by Pegula, it's 15-love. It's just the worst time of year to do two things at once. This is the worst time of the season. The busiest time. After Wimbledon, I can do whatever I want, but right now it is the busiest time of year for tennis. Good serve again, Keys, 30-love. No days off this time of year. 30-love is we got a fault from Keys, second serve. Second serve as a return goes in the backhand of Keys. Keys hits it wide. And it's 30-15. Keys serves again. Serves a fault. Second serve. Ah, 4-15. As Keys serves again. The back of Pegula in the net. It's 1-love Keys. 1-0. All right, let's see how Pegula serves. 1-love to Keys. I have no idea who's playing. I know Demon's playing today. I have no idea who else is playing in the Queen's Club. Pegula serves. The backhand of Keys. Backhand of Pegula. The backhand of Keys is Pegula. Backhand in the net. Love 15. Love 15. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve is good to the back of the Keys. Keys hits it out in the return. 15-all. All right, 15-all. We got a volley from Pegula, and Keys hits a lob. Does that land in? No, just went long. 30-15. All right, 30-15. Hey, Azza, thank you for the 20 gifted. Appreciate that. As it goes out by Pegula, it's 30-0. 30-0. Trouble for Pegula already. 30-0. All right, nice serve from Pegula, 40-30. 40-30. As a backhand return goes out by Keys, we get to 1-1. Bro, always consistent. I appreciate, and you don't gamble for the love of the game. Well, that's not true. I do gamble, but I don't gamble to the point where it affects my bias. I don't gamble that much that I start cheerleading. So I only cheerlead Aussies and some of my favorites. But I appreciate the nice words. Love 15. Yeah, I'm not a degenerate gambler. Exactly. Love 15. Australia, USA in my backyard, Seattle. Ooh, that sounds fun. The Aussies are going to take to the streets. You're going to see a lot of green and gold around the streets. We're going to take the city. As we get an ace from Keys, 30-15. It's funny, I'd be a hypocrite if I said I was against gambling, because I'm not. But I tell you, it is. I mean, it definitely has. It's infiltrated itself into tennis way more in recent years. And I think that's because of the legalization in America. That's like it's always been, tennis betting has always been a thing in Australia. It's always been a thing in the UK or Europe. But like I definitely notice it a lot more now. It's a lot more obvious because of it being popularized and legalized in America, Whereas I don't remember the Australian Open being like they don't talk about the odds as much as they do at the US Open. They definitely don't they don't talk about it as much as they do on like Tennis Channel, for example. I don't think the Australian Open coverage ever talk about the odds. Not from Australian TV. I'm not sure about the French Open or the French TV, or does the BBC talk? Probably not. BBC probably don't talk about gambling, do they? But yeah. The US Australian match is going to be loud. Oh yeah, it is going to be so loud. 2-1 Australia. I reckon it's going to be a draw. Probably a 1-1 draw. We love visitors. You're welcome. I want to go to Seattle. It's on my list. I haven't been to I've been to LA. Maybe that's what I should do. I should travel to America and go up the West Coast. I've been down the East Coast, like Boston, New York, Washington. Maybe that's what I should do at some point. All right. What's the weather like in Seattle in November? Is the weather terrible in November? Is it not worth it? Yeah, maybe I'll go to Vancouver because I haven't been there either. All right, 2-1. 7 in the back end of Keys. 4 now from Pegula. Pegula hits it long, left 15. I'm loving that everyone is enjoying the North American for the World Cup. Oh, yeah. I love that too. The World Cup is just such a just is such a different energy. Like it brings it just, yeah. Like everybody, I feel like everybody gets into it at some point. Like at some point, you'll be fine. If you're a sports fan, you'll be a fan. You'll be watching at one point. If it's not your team, you'll be watching like the final, or you'll be watching. It'll come up across your screens or something. Like it'll come up on your radar at some point. I love it. I love 30. As the backhand into the forehand of Pegula. Forehand now from Keys. The backhand of Pegula. As Keys forehand again. Into the forehand of Pegula. Keys with the backhand. Cross court. Pegula can't get it. Love 40. And it is awesome at being in like some of those massive stadiums in the US. Like playing in those huge arenas. You know, it's really cool. All right, love 40. Yeah, sorry, no stats for this one. Stats are out for this one. Love 40. Second serve, Pegula. November in Seattle and Vancouver has a lot of storms. Not good time to visit. Okay. Damn it. That's the only time I can visit. 15:40. Unless I go after Wimbledon. Unless I go on, do I go? No, I don't want to go. I need to go. I need to do other things after Wimbledon. Backhand rally. As Pegula forehand again, the backhand Keys. The backhand slice of Pegula. Keys on the attack. With a forehand winner, and Keys breaks. 3-1. Keys takes the break. Maybe Wimbledon. Maybe after Wimbledon, like I know next year's. I know 2 years. Maybe I'll go for the Olympics. Well, that'd be too expensive, wouldn't it? Everything will be so expensive in 2 years, right? I'll probably have to go 29, maybe. All right, 3-1. Backhand return. The forehand of Keys. Slice from Pegula goes into the forehand of Keys. Pegula with the backhand slice. Keys with the forehand inside out is a winner. 15-love. Also, I feel like if I'm going to go to America after Wimbledon, why wouldn't I just stay there for the US Open? Like, that seems kind of silly to be like, I'm just going to go to America for 2 weeks and come back and then watch the US Open. So you're in America and you didn't watch the tennis. Yeah, that's it. I went there and I did not watch tennis. 15-love. Keys has won 9 of the last 10 points. There's Pegula forehand cross court. Keys gets it back with her forehand up the line. Pegula backhand goes long. 30-love. We needed that US Tennis Talk US road trip. The Tennis Talk bus tour. Going from LA to New York to get to the US Open. I wonder if I could stream from a bus. 30-love. The next couple of months are the best to go to the west coast of the Pacific. Okay. I can't do that. As that goes out by Pegula. 40-love. I've been to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium 3 years ago, and I know everyone is having a great time at the bus. Yeah. 40-love. We've got Shelton and Fritz coming up very, very soon. Very hot today in Germany. So yeah, these matches are going to be under the very hot sun today. Wonder if Cam will get a Tennis Talk traveling studio camper. Is that even a thing? All right. 4-1. Keys with the break. 14 minutes. The week before is free. I always go and watch the best in the world practice. Yeah, fair enough. Custom designed. Yeah, Blaze, I don't think you understand. That's expensive. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, to get a customized studio camper van to go on a trip from LA, I'm not iShow Speed. I'm not Mr. Beast. Right? There's no chance in hell that I could afford any of that at all. Like, I think you're severely overestimating the cost of things, or underestimating the cost of things. Because getting a customized Tennis Talk traveling studio is not cheap, and I'm cheap and poor. Like, I can't afford that shit. I'm not Mr. Beast. Like, that shit is crazy. I'd be getting a rent-a-van, the cheapest one I could find, and hopefully I can put a laptop in it. Like, that's where I am, because I ain't going to be able to afford any. Like, it's hard enough to get the flights to get across. It's going to be expensive to get the flights. So, Blaze, I think you need to, like, limit your expectations on me and what I'm capable of doing, because I don't have the resources for that shit financially. 4-1. Unless you know someone like custom like car design, unless you know people that you could get in touch with and be like, hey, shout this tennis guy a free van. It ain't going to happen. All right, 4-1. Pegula with a great shot up the line. As then Pegula hits a backhand up the line again. Is that in? Yeah, what a shot. 30 love. So Elise in America is full of startup, a crowdfunded campaign. No. Because it's not your job, it's not you guys' job to pay for me to go to America. That's not what I don't do that. I'm not going to get you guys to fund me to go to America. No. I'm not going to do that. 40 love. As with a backhand up the line to the forehand of Keys. Keys in the net. And it's 4-2. Bro, if I was a trillionaire, I would not be sitting at 7:30 at night in the freezing cold of Melbourne to watch tennis in nice, warm Germany. I'd be in Germany. Anyways, 4-2. As the backhand return goes backhand of Keys, backhand out front Pegula in the net. Auction off the Wilson sofa, yeah. That ain't going to happen either. The only time we've ever crowdfunded anything was the couch. And that was because Deb started donating and then everybody started donating afterwards. While I didn't ask for it, it happened organically. 30 love. The only way I'm going to get to America without having to pay to go is if somebody sponsors the channel or pays for the flights or sponsors the flights. And even then, I'd feel guilty as hell because that's a lot of money to sponsor, to send somebody to America for a month. 30 love. As we return into the forehand of Keys, and Keys hits it out. 30-15. Are you the family of Venus and Serena? No. I'm not related to Venus or Serena Williams. Or Robin Williams. 30-15. As a backhand return, into the backhand of Keys. Keys hits it out 30-0. It's just the last name. It's very normal last name. Sounds very different. Sorry, is that better? I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a little bit too far from the microphone. Is that better? Is that better? Can you hear me now? Is that better? All right. I can't see the screen though. 30-0. 30-0. As the return goes in the back of the Keys. Pegula
Wins a point, though. She's got break point now. 30-40.
30-40. Oh, I've got Fritz coming on in a second. So we'll get that started as well. Fritz Shelton. I'm excited for this one. I'm really annoyed that they put these matches on at the same time. Because I really wanted to watch Fritz Shelton on its own because we didn't get to do that last week because of the schedule. Too close? All right, my bad. All right, backhand rally. As with a 4-1 now from Keys in the net. We're back on serve. 4-3. 4-3. Yeah, Demon's playing at some point today, yeah. All right, 4-3. Yeah, the reason why it sounds different is because we've got a different setup. And I haven't figured out the audio, but I also think that the audio is not that bad. Like I heard it back and I'm like, it doesn't sound that bad, to be honest. It just sounds slightly different. What the hell? Thank you, Zan, for the €2. Only 3,000 to go. Thank you. All right. The audio is good, yeah. It's different to the other mic because it's a different mic. So, Messi hat trick. Yeah, that was great. All right. Back on serve, 4-3. Didn't say it's bad. No, that's all right. All right, 4-3. 4-3. As Pegula serves. And the return goes out by Keys. 15 love. $15 love. As we get to 30 love. $30 love Pegula. As Pegula, great serving, 40 love. Are you staying up late, Cam? Eala's matches at midnight in the Philippines, which is, so I guess it's even later in Australia. Of course. And then I'm going to stay up as well and watch the Australia versus USA at 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm staying up all night. I've been up all night for like the last 3 months. I've been doing night shift for 3 months straight. So yeah, I'm definitely staying up. There's no stopping me. Come on. I'll sleep when the sun comes up. All right, nice forehand from Keys, 40-15. As Pegula serves the fault, second serve. What a win from Eala yesterday. I was so impressed. I'll tell you, once we went offline, when the stream ended, as I goes in for a winner from Pegula, 4-0, just having to think of like how impressive that actually was. Like, that was so impressive. And I know like her fans are obviously going to get excited for her and people are going to get excited that she won because then, everyone has their reasons why they like when Eala wins. But sitting back and thinking about it, I was like, I picked Raducanu because I thought, shit, how's she going to beat Raducanu, who beat her on a clay court in straights? I couldn't see how Eala was going to beat Raducanu unless Raducanu had a bad day. And Raducanu served well. So it wasn't even like, oh yeah, Raducanu didn't play well. Her ground strokes could have been better, but the fact that Eala was able to beat a massive serving, like read the serve, redirect the power, and force the errors out of Raducanu was the best match she's won. Like that was the best she's ever played. The smartest she's played smart. That was she played so super smart, and she won in straight sets. It was just like that. That was impressive, super impressive, and we'll get a lot of confidence out of that for sure. All right, love 15 as it goes out by Pegula. Guys are on court, by the way. I know Raducanu hasn't been at the highest of confidence lately, but Raducanu didn't double fault her way to a loss. Raducanu didn't serve badly, right? Her weapon was working. If Raducanu had missed a lot of first serves and played terrible, you could put it down to confidence, and that Raducanu doesn't have it and Eala does. But the fact that Raducanu played so well and served so well, and Eala was able to eventually read it and then eventually redirect that power, I was like, okay, that I didn't expect. And that was, and the fact that she just kept her cool as well. 40-15 until the very end, and then at the end, she just exploded, right? And you could just tell that she was trying to stay composed, trying to just stay focused, not try and, carry on. And then at the end, I mean, it was such a smart performance. Today's going to be an interesting one, though, because today is totally different player altogether. All right, what's going on? Welcome. Keys up 5-4. We've got Shelton versus Fritz again, back-to-back weeks. This time in a quarterfinal of a 500. So let's see what these guys can do. Last week they played, and Shelton won in 3, and then won the title. Well, that was the final, so he won the title. That's how it works. If you win the final, you win the title. And we've got Keys versus Pegula, a bit of an American theme. And I'm not wearing this shirt to troll the Americans. I'm wearing this shirt because we're going to watch the Australian game later. Just so happens that Americans are playing. It's not my fault. I didn't make the schedule. If I made the schedule, I'd make all the matches right now so I could go watch the match live from a bar. All right. 5-4. Keys with the lead. Very hot day in Germany, so both Halle and Berlin are on fire. It's hot out there. Are the Aussies really called the Socceroos? Yeah. I'll be honest, it's better named than most teams. I mean, what's the US team? The US men's national team. The United States men's national team. It sounds like a very corporate name. Not gonna lie. It's not a very fun name. It's a very it sounds like somebody made that up in a boardroom. A bunch of suits made that name up. Come on, you gotta get a better name than that. Socceroos is a kick-ass name. Do they, by the way, chat, where are the Americans at? It's not called, you got a better name than that though, right? Well, that's the official name that nobody uses because it's boring. Like, you got a real name though, right? Don't you have a cool name? Like the Eagles or something. Like, it's very dignified. No, it's very corporate. Love 15. Well, you got to have a better name than that, right? America. Well, there you go. That's a better name. The US. That's a better name. There goes the net by Keys. Yeah, we're not playing donations right now. Sorry. Thank you for the donations, though. I can see them, but they're not going to play out loud right now. 15-0. We'll play them at the end. We're just Americans. There we go. It's just funny when they say on the TV, they're like, the USMNT. And I'm like, You got to get a better name. All right, 30-15. Well, yeah, we're called the Socceroos, and we like it. We're proud. We're proud of that name. All right, lovely serve from Pegula, 30-15. So the banter's already started, chat. It's going to start all day. We're going to talk shit all day, and then I'm going to leave, and I'm going to watch this match. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck does USMNT even mean? I know, right? 40-15. I thought it would be called like the USFC, like for US football team. Even that's better. 40-15. Speaking of football, Eala and Raducanu's highlights has more views than FIFA highlights yesterday. Crazy. Yeah, but the FIFA matches yesterday weren't that crazy. They're not the teams playing yesterday weren't that insane. It's not like England, Croatia. 5-all. Pegula holds. Uh, 5-5. As Keys serves down the tee, the backhand of Pegula. Keys with the forehand into the slice of Pegula. Again, the front of Keys. Keys hits it out. And it's love 15. All right. Serve again. From Keys, and Pegula hits out in the return. All right, 400 from Keys up the line at the back of Pegula. Pegula in the net, 30-15. $30-15. All right, Shelton, I think, is going to serve in this one. No, Fritz is going to serve. All right, I'm going to go Fritz in 3. I reckon he's going to get revenge. 40-15. Keys with a fault, second serve. I really wanted to go to today's match, but I'm flying to my dad's retirement party. Always pick family if you truly love them, people. As I don't tell me that. Because my family might be watching and being like, well, Cam streams a lot. Actually, that's not true. I go to family events when I can, which is most of the time. I went to a wedding. 15 love, is that because the net by Fritz? 15 oh. But I have to, this is work for me, so it's different, I guess. Going to like a World Cup match over family, okay, that's a bit, that would be hard to explain. I have to work, so I got work is a better, is a more legitimate excuse, I guess. Going to the World Cup instead of going to see family for a retirement party is probably, yeah, that's a choice. That's a bold choice. You made the right one. You can always watch it with family though, and it'll be more fun anyway. 30-15. Fritz is it a back up the line into the backhand of Shelton. Fritz comes in with the forehand. Shelton guesses right with a pass, misses it. 40-15. All right, 40-15. All right, nice serve from Fritz, and it's 1-0. 1-0 Fritz. All right, Pegula's going to serve to stay in the set again. I'm trying to convince myself, and you're helping. Now, so you'll have way more fun watching the US-Australia match with your family, though. Like, I would love to do that. Instead, I'm going to have to watch it alone because I don't have anyone around that wants that. And I'll be live. We'll probably be live anyway. Like by the looks of it, this match is going to go forever, and that means the Eala match is going to start late, which means the it's going to run into the football anyway. All right, love 15. Yeah, it's just going to be me and Mia watching the Australia match. All right. Love 15 as Keys tries to take this set. What about the Fed Square party? Dude, I don't live in Fed Square. Love 15. Fed Square's like an hour and a half away, and it's raining. And I'll be streaming and making videos until like 7 a.m., so I can't do it. Blame the Berlin schedule. Ruined it. If Berlin didn't schedule that match last, I would be going. But I'll just... What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to McDonald's and grab some breakfast, hotcakes, and some, like a burrito, breakfast burrito, and just sit on the couch with my dog and watch it on my projector screen. Which sounds like I could afford to go to America, but I can't because the projector was $300 and the projector screen is the wall. So it's not as fancy as it sounds. Projectors are cheap, chat. You can get a projector for like $80 these days. And as long as you got a wall, you can have a home cinema of yourself, but of your own. Not a sponsor. I don't even know. It sounds fancy though, right? First serve is a fault from Pegula. Second serve. But yeah, I'm just going to do that instead. How big does it project on screen? I don't know. It just projects on the wall. So, thrift store projector. Now this one I bought cheap. I bought it on sale, but I bought a new one. Anyways, 40-30. I bought it on sale though. 40-30. Pegula takes us to a tiebreak. Raducanu has been struggling, lower ranked player. She lost to Bolta, stabbed to Seva Rujic, even lost on grass. Not surprising Eala took her out. Okay. Well, I am surprised. And I'm supposed to be a tennis expert, so. All right. Tiebreak. Who's taking this tiebreak? Who you got? Quick set, by the way. Tiebreak in 40 minutes. That is very, very quick. All right. Key serves. Fault. Second serve. As a return goes in from Pegula, the back of the Keys. Pegula with a volley, but Keys puts it away. 1-love Keys. Also 1-1 in the men's match. All right. First point goes to Keys. This tiebreak. As a return from Keys goes into the front of Pegula. Front from Keys again. As Pegula on the attack goes up the line of the back of the Keys. Keys in the net. And it's 1-1. Someone in the stands of Hallero is wearing a Argentina jersey. Looks great. 1-1. Pegula serves again. As we just serve to the backhand of Keys. Backhand of Pegula. Into the backhand of Keys. Up the line to the forehand of Pegula. Pegula in the net. And it's 2-1 Keys with a mini break. 30-15 for Fritz. First games. $30-15. Ben is at number 5, career high, and number 1 US player. Yeah. 2-1. Key serves the fault. Second serve. As Pegula returns into the forehand of Keys, and Keys eventually puts it away. 3-1. 3-1 Keys. All right, Keys serves again. Into the backhand of Pegula. Return goes the forehand of Keys. Pegula with a forehand again to the forehand of Keys. Keys makes the error. 3-2. We're back on serve in this tiebreak. All right, 2-1 for Fritz. As Pegula comes in with a drop shot winner, 3-3. They change ends. Super competitive match, this one. I'll tell you, chat, I don't feel like American tennis gets enough credit. It is actually, I know how, like, there's that, 30-year drought, Roddick was the last champion, blah, 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 on the men's side. But, like, we're watching 4 of the best Americans in the world, and they're all, like, we've got 3 of them at top 10, and one of them's, just won a Grand Slam in the last 2 years. This is like, and we're not even watching Coco, right, who's the best of them all right now. American tennis is doing all right. They're just not winning on the men's side yet. But American tennis is doing okay. It's pretty strong. 4-3. And we've got an Anisimova, right? You got an Anisimova. You got Tommy Paul. You got Tien, right? Some young talent coming through. Mickelson. I mean, there is a lot of good American tennis players going around. Jovic. I mean, American tennis is in a pretty good spot. Just needs a men's champion, so then, that whole, like, Roddick was the last, blah, 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 drought thing is over. But I'd say American tennis is doing pretty good. Tiafoe's there as well. Korda, unfortunately, is not playing much, but he's there. Nakashima. You've got Navarro, who is on the comeback. 4-0, that goes to the net by Keys. It's 5-4 Pegula. She's got the mini break. Where does tennis stand in men's sports? Is it baseball main sport? I think NBA is probably the main sport in the US. Would be my guess. NBA or NFL. As that slice goes out by Pegula, but back on serve, it's 5-5. All right, 5-5 as Pegula serves again. Big point. As the backhand return goes in the net by Keys. Great serve, Pegula, 6-5. She takes the first set point. 6-5, Pegula. Shelton's got 40 love. All right. Keys with the fault, second serve. Second serve in the back of Pegula. Return up the line as a winner. Pegula takes the first set. 7-6 Pegula against Keys. And Shelton levels at 2-all in the first set as well. All right, first set in the bag for Pegula. Just need one to break through. By the way, chat, and maybe not like, I mean, you can give me a name and who you think is going to be as well, but where do you think American men's tennis is going to have a new Grand Slam champion? What tournament? What tournament do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be at the US Open? Or do you think it could be somewhere else? All right, 8 winners, 7 errors from Pegula, 13 winners, 13 errors from Keys, 7 aces from Keys as well. But Pegula, she was just better on the tiebreak. Like, it feels like the US do the best. These two guys have made it far in America and New York. Tiafoe's done well in New York. I mean, is New York the place where we're going to get a new men's champion in the US? Or is it going to be the Australian Open? Because Australian Open also, Americans have done well, or the American men have done well there over time. Or Wimbledon. Like, which one of those do you think it will be? All right, 40 love. Fritz to go to 3-2. US Open. Okay. It does feel like the US based on recent results, right? I mean, Fritz made the final, Tiafoe's made the semis, Shelton's made the semis. So it does feel like the US Open's where the American's going to break the drought. Tell you what, though, Fritz or Shelton win Wimbledon? That wouldn't be bad for the sport. I feel like that'd actually be better. Like, if Fritz or Shelton won Wimbledon, and then they'd have that coming home party when they go back to America and then they go to the US Open as a US Open champion, as a US men's Grand Slam champion. I feel like that'd kind of be good for the sport. To have that hype going into the US Open if Shelton was the Wimbledon champion, that'd be kind of sick. Then they could have that kind of celebratory, go to Canada, go to Cincy, go to, New York and have a men's singles champion would kind of be awesome because it has. I mean, the last men's singles champion that played was Roddick, right? I mean, it's not so much the last champion was Roddick; it's more that the last Grand Slam champion who played was Roddick, and that was over nearly 15 years ago, right? Because Agassi was, he retired, and Sampras obviously was retired as well. I mean, Roddick was not only the last champion; he was the last Grand Slam active player on the men's side. So I kind of be sick if one of these guys did win Wimbledon. And then they could have that just like we saw in Halle with Zverev. When Zverev got introduced as the French Open champion, the whole crowd went crazy. That's going to be 100 times bigger when it's Ben Shelton, Wimbledon champion. It'd be fucking crazy. People are going to go nuts. Or even Taylor Fritz, Wimbledon champion Taylor Fritz, and then he walks into Arthur Ashe Stadium. It's just going to blow the roof off. All right, 3-2 Fritz. As that goes out by Shelton, love 15. All right. Nice serving from Pegula. She holds 1-love in the second. The first set in a tiebreak. All right. First serve's a fault by Shelton. Second serve. Cam's up all hours. You can always count on Cam. Mr. Reliable. That's what nobody calls me, but you can call me that now. Mr. Reliable. Mr. Always On. 15. Mr. Tennis. 15 all. I'm Mr. Tennis. We get a drop shot from Shelton. 30-15. It's funny and sad, but true. That I'm always on. 30-15. Some would say workaholic. I would say passionate about the sport. Some call it addiction. I call it a hobby. I'm passionate. All right, I'm 40-15. 40-15. Shouting to level. Shelton with the serve volley. The volley goes wide. 40-30. Tennisaholic. That's exactly that is a good explanation. That is a great way to explain what I am. Yes, tennisaholic is that's a good explanation. 40-30. As we had a slice from Shelton into the corner, Fritz. Corner from Shelton into the corner, Fritz. Shelton with a backhand slice. Fritz with the pass into the net. Tennis junkie. I mean, that's a little bit more crass, but we'll take it. 3-0. 3-0. 20 minutes. 3-0. 40-15. Keys trying to level the second set. As Keys puts the forehand winner away. It's 1-1. All right, nice volley there from Fritz. 15-love. 15-love. Shelton, it's a return long. 30-love. Do I dream about tennis? No, I don't remember my dreams. I probably do. I don't everyone dreams, right? But I can't remember them because I'm just so tired all the time. And then I wake up and then I'm live, so I just don't have time to. But no, I don't dream about tennis. As far as I can tell. As far as I can remember. All right. 15-love Pegula. 1-1 in the second as Keys return to the front of Pegula. Backing up for Keys. Nope. Pegula hit it out. 15-0. All right. There's a forehand from Fritz goes in. Nice shot. 40-15. As Fritz with a great serve. 4-3. Don't worry, Chad. If you start hearing a helicopter flying away, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If the boogeyman loves tennis, then that would be Cam. $30. As Pegula serves. As it goes in the net on the return from Keys, 40-30. Love your tennis ball couch. I appreciate it. Cam, would you pick Nole as your second favorite above Sasha for Wimbledon? Yes. Now we get the deuce. Before the draw comes out, if the draw comes out and Djokovic is in Sinner's quarter, then I would say no. I think Sasha should be second favorite if that's the case. But as of right now, yeah, I think Djokovic should be second favorite behind Sinner. But a very close third favorite is Zverev. Like it's like it goes Sinner, and then Djokovic Zverev like right neck and neck. I think for second, they might be equal second. It's like there's an up by Pegula deuce. But if the draw comes out and it shows that Djokovic and Sinner in the same quarter of the draw, because that could happen, right? 1 and 7 could play, or 1 and 6, whatever his seeding is, they could play in the quarterfinals. Then I would say yeah, it's Zverev's second favorite because Djokovic has to get through Sinner to win. It's a little harder to believe. But Sinner's the clear favorite. As the backhand return goes in the net from Keys, advantage Pegula. Is Sinner still the favorite? Well, I'll ask you this: if not Sinner, then who? Right? I mean, if Sinner's not the favorite, then who's the favorite? Like, how do you make an argument for anybody else? Like, you can say Zverev just won the French, but he's never done well at Wimbledon. You could say Djokovic could win Wimbledon, yeah, but also Djokovic is 39 and hasn't been playing great lately. And even though Sinner didn't play great at the French, he still won 5 1000s in a row, was on a massive win streak, and he's the defending champion. So, like, you take the French Open out of it, Sinner's still been the best player on the planet for a long while, right? Since the start of March, it's been Sinner's been the best. It's just that he had a bad French Open, and we kind of, he lost early in the French Open, and that was shocking. But I don't think that should affect his Wimbledon. And sort of backhand rally, slice from Pegula into the forehand of Keys. Pegula forehand on the stretch. Goes wide, advantage Keys. 15:30 here. Fritz with a chance to get the break and serve the set. And advantage Keys to get a break in the second. And Shelton forehand up the line. Too good. 30-0. Pegula with a fault. Second serve. And advantage Keys. She returns the back into Pegula, but it's out by Keys. Back to deuce. You don't think his confidence took a hit? No. Chat, like come on. Sinner's the favorite for Wimbledon. Like, how is anybody doubting that? Like, how can you doubt that? It's not even it's not even close, right? I mean, like he's obviously the favorite. The French Open didn't change that. Maybe it made him maybe some people put Zverev a little bit higher after Roland Garros, but no. Does everyone forget that, like, if it's Zverev Sinner final, Sinner wins, right? I mean, he's been winning. Like, Sinner is the favorite. All right, advantage Shelton to level this first set. All right, advantage Keys to get the break here in the second. All right, Shelton serves. Into the forehand of Fritz. Return goes to the forehand of Shelton. Fritz with the backhand. Into the forehand of Shelton. Again, the back to Fritz. Shelton Forehand into the forehand of Fritz. Drop shot's good by Fritz. Shelton's going to get there with the slice and slip over. He's down, Shelton. He's okay, though. He gives a thumbs up. He just slipped down. Fritz is like, you good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. Deuce. He's all right. He's just getting up slowly, Shelton. Yeah, his feet just kind of... He's lucky that the way that he fell, that was lucky. He didn't sort of twist any... He kind of grabbed his knee a little bit, but yeah, he kind of grabbed his left knee a little bit because his knee kind of slipped, or his leg kind of slipped from under him, and he landed on his side. But he's moving all right. He's walking around. 2-1 Pegula. Nice serve there from Shelton. Ace from Shelton. All right, Vanna Shelton. As the return goes into the forehand of Shelton. Forehand for Fritz up the line. Shelton with the forehand cross court. Fritz backhand. Again, the forehand of Shelton. It's Fritz backhand again. Up the line is long. And it's 4-all. I'll tell you this, chat. I hope that we get to see Fritz Shelton at Wimbledon. Quarterfinal, semi-final, whatever. I hope we get to see it. Shelton's kind of moving around a little bit, a bit sore. He's still grabbing that left knee. He's not really, I mean, I think he's just a little bit cautious of what's going on with that knee. It wasn't like the Mboko slip where you could tell that the inside of her knee just completely tore up. It was kind of just slipped. And he kind of just slipped and lost his left knee, his left leg went under him and he landed on it. So maybe just a bit of a knock rather than any ligament stuff. But why can't you comment about Pakistan? What about Pakistan? Good question. Okay, Pakistan. They're good at cricket. What do you want from me? What do you want me to comment on? Is there something going on in Pakistan that I need to talk about in tennis? Is Pakistan doing a tennis thing? Is that... Bro wants to talk about Pakistan. Okay. Is there a tennis event there that I missed? Are we going to Pakistan what the fuck? All right, 40 love, Fritz. That's such a pick-me question. Fritz serves. An ace down the tee. Shelton's definitely a little bit cautious on what's going on with his knee, I think. He doesn't want to push it. Shelton didn't really attempt to move too much in that game. 5-4 Fritz. Which tennis player would have been the best soccer player? Rafa. Because Rafa's uncle played for Barcelona. Rafa would have been a great footballer. Rafa. Is that... Next question. 40 love. That's the answer, right? No, there's no other answer. Except for that guy that, retired football and then came and played cricket. Played tennis. I read somebody in the chat talk about cricket. All right. Let's see if Shelton can keep this set alive. Tell you what, the ice packs are out. It is a hot day in Germany. All right, 2-0. Pegula to serve. He's going to forehand the backhand of Keys. Forehand now from Pegula. That's a great shot. 15 love. All-American quarterfinal, yeah. Yeah, Americans on grass. They can do some damage. Shelton looks like he's okay. Let's see him serve to stay in this set. 30-minute set, too. That's another thing I appreciate about Shelton and Fritz. They do not fuck around. They play quick. Shelton comes to the net with a drop shot. Up goes a lob over the top of Fritz. Fritz going to go with a forehand around the legs. But then Shelton volleys it away. 15 love. All right. 15 love and 30 love for Pegula here. Whew. Is this Wimbledon Novak's last chance at another Grand Slam? Best shot? Depends where he is in the draw. If he's down the bottom half of the draw, yes. If he's up the top half of the draw, less likely. All right, 30 love Shelton. All right, 40 love Shelton. Shelton keeps on flexing that knee. That left knee is giving him some trouble. It's lingering as he serves. A fault second serve. Serving the backhand of Fritz. Backhand from Shelton to the forehand of Fritz. And then Shelton backhand in the net. And again, he's just kind of hobbling after hitting that backhand. 40-15. Yeah, Shelton might need the dock out here. Just to have a little bit of a look. All right, 3-2 Pegula. 40-15. As return goes the forehand of Shelton up the line of the forehand of Fritz. Shelton backhand. Down the line to the backhand of Fritz. Again, the backhand of Shelton on the stretch. Slice goes wide from Shelton. It's 40-30. All right, 40-30. All right, 40-30. Shelton serves an ace. All right, 5-5. Shelton's holding on with that serve. Back to Shelton. Back to Fritz. Serving to the back of Shelton. Return goes into the forehand of Fritz. Fritz puts it away. And there's 15 love. Fritz serves an ace down the tee. 30 love. All right. Pegula 3-2 at the second. There's a forehand from Keys. Into the slice to Pegula, and then Keys hits a forehand wide. It's love 15. All right, love 15 as that goes the net by Pegula on the return, 15-all. And Fritz holds 6-5 first set. All right, serve from Keys is a fault. Second serve. Uh, 15-30. Trouble for Keys. As Keys serves a fault, second serve. As that goes out by Pegula on the return, 30-all. As Keys serves again. Serve to the front of Pegula. Return goes to the front of Keys. Keys in the net. Pegula's got a break point, 30-40. Did I finally get a chance to thrift? I didn't get to today. I went the other day for I ran to the thrift at 4:30. I didn't run. I drove to the thrift. And I got a good 20 minutes in there to get some stuff, but they didn't have much. But I did find Scream 1, 2, and 3 on DVD. That was a good pickup. As a backhand rally. Up the line from Keys, the winner. Too good. Deuce. So yeah, that was a great find. And then I just found a bunch of random movies that I hadn't heard of. And then I found this. Actually, I did find something really cool. As with a drop shot from Shelton, and Fritz hits it long on the forehand. 15 love. As with a fault from Pegula, second serve. So from Keys, second serve. Serve in the backhand of Pegula. 4 now from Keys. Goes wide. Advantage Pegula. Advantage Pegula. Seems like this thrifting thing is getting out of control. Advantage Pegula. As with a fault from Keys, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in, the slice of Keys. Pegula 4 under the front of Keys. As Pegula 4 up the line is a winner. There's the break. 4-2 Pegula in the second. All right. Bro's you go to the thrift too much. Okay. Thrifting is good for the environment. It's fun. There are so many benefits to going to a thrift store. Yeah, one, you're picking up stuff that's secondhand, so you're not buying new things that circulate, right? Obviously, there's an environmental factor that you're buying things that are not going to landfill. And it is fun because you can find stuff that you can't find anywhere else. You find things that you don't even know you want. I found the craziest shit that I don't even know I needed. Like a ribbon chair for $30. That shit is crazy. God, thrifting is great. I couldn't recommend it enough to anybody. As that goes in the net by Keys on the volley. It's $15. Shelton at 30-all here. 4 in there by Fritz, though. Ooh. Fritz knows that was a bad miss. 40-30 Shelton to get to the tiebreak. You find the coolest stuff at the thrift store. Or charity store, whatever you call it. Whatever you call it in your world. It's great. My nan used to go to the thrift stores all the time. And she was the coolest. As that goes out by Pegula, 15:30. Yeah, you find such unique things at a thrift store. It's awesome. As the lob goes up by Fritz, but it's wide. All right, we're going to the tie break. Shelton Fritz, who would have thought? Who would have thought we're going to a tie break? Who's winning this tie break? Who is going to win this tie break? Your channel is cool and your dog is also cool. Thank you, Randy. I'm going to go Shelton wins the tie break. I reckon he steals it because Fritz has been... It's felt like Fritz has been in control of the set, but I think Shelton might steal it. All right. Serve. Into the forehand of Shelton. Return goes to forehand of Fritz. Fritz overhits it. 1-love Shelton. Also, breakback points for Keys. And she gets it back to the backhand of Pegula. Pegula hits it wide, and Keys does break back. This feels like the first set, but in reverse. All right, 4-3. Ah, 1-love. Shelton. With the mini break. To the backhand for Fritz. Into the forehand of Shelton. Fritz with the backhand. Again to the forehand of Shelton, but Fritz hit it long. 2-love Shelton. So yeah. I found this. I have a bunch of these. And they're like CD storage. But it's a green one. I have like a blue one. And I have like a gray one. Now I have a green one. It was just sitting there like this in the budget, like what is it? It was like the 50-cent DVDs that nobody wanted. It was just sitting like this in that. And I'm like, I'll grab that. $8. All right, 3-love Shelton. It's a great find. I wasn't even looking for that. I was looking for DVDs. And I turn around and that's just sitting there. I'm like, oh, that's mine now. I'm gonna get that one now. Thank you. It's in great condition too. All right, 3-love. You don't even know what you need until you go there. Exactly. I wasn't going to find this, but I found it. I don't think it has anything in it. I haven't checked. Yeah. It's like a 2,000 CD storage unit. You can put like, I don't even know how many CDs you can put in it. All right, 3-love. Let me just check if it's got anything in it. Let's not break it. That would be a waste. Yeah, you can store heaps of stuff in here. No CDs. I did find 3 of these with CDs in them before. That was awesome. CDs weren't great, but 3-1. So Fritz serves again. Shelton's got the break, mini break in the tie break. Shelton returns the forehand of Fritz into the forehand of Shelton. Fritz wins the point. Shelton in the net. What on earth is a ribbon chair? That's a great question. All right, 3-2 Shelton with the mini break. How often do I sit in the ribbon chair? All the time. Keys holds, 4-all. There's a backhand now from Fritz into the volley of Shelton. And Fritz has an air swing. Shelton goes straight through the middle. 4-2. They change ends. Love the shirt. May I ask where you bought it? To be honest, I can't remember. I don't know. I think I bought it from like an Australian like vintage what do you call it? Like sports gear thing. Am I excited for today's game? I am, yes. And nervous. 4-2. Only 1 minute break here for Shelton. Keys has won 9 of the last 10 points against Pegula. She did that in the first set and she lost. So, all right, serve from Fritz from Shelton as a fault. Second serve. As a return goes in the corner of Shelton. Corner from Fritz to the corner of Shelton. As Fritz wins the point. Back on serve. 4-3. All right, love 15. Make that love 30 for Keys. All right, love 30. Chance for Keys to get the break here in the second. And then serve for the second set as we get a fault from Pegula. Second serve. As a return goes in the net by Shelton, 4-all. Is that $8 Australian? Yes. So like $4 American, maybe? Something like that. All right, 4-all. Fritz serves, and then the forehand line of the forehand of Shelton. Fritz, forehand slice. Is a drop shot. Shelton gets with a lob, but it goes long. 5-4. Fritz. But it's still on serve. All right, break points here for Pegula. Sorry, for Keys against Pegula. As we get a fault from Pegula, second serve. That goes in the net by Keys on the return, and we get the deuce. All right, nice serve from Shelton out wide. It's 5-5. Someone's getting a set point in a second. 5-all. All right, Shelton serves again. All right, second serve. Into the front of Fritz. Return the net. Shelton's got a set point. 6-5. Nice second serve from Shelton. 6-5. Pegula holds, by the way, 5-4. And Keys going to serve to stay in the match. Good hold by Pegula from 15-40 down. All right, set point Shelton. As Fritz serves a fault. Second serve. Into the corner of Shelton. Corner from Fritz. Goes long. Shelton takes the first. 7-6. All right. Shelton steals it. Fritz was kind of playing the better in the set up until the tiebreak. And then Shelton takes it. 7-6 in 50 minutes. All right. And Keys going to serve to stay in the match. This is a ribbon chair. And I'm going to sit in it. All right. Whew. Keys are serving to stay in the match. It's heavy, but it's comfy. 15 love. And I bought this from a thrift store, yes. It was $30. All right, serving to the front of Pegula. Return goes in the front of Keys. As Pegula up into the volley of Keys. Keys puts it away. Oh, it's 40 love. My bad. 40 love. $40 love. I've never seen anything like that ribbon chair before. Yeah, it's cool. That's why I picked it up. When I saw it at the thrift, I was like, I'm going to take that. That's my chair now. 5-0, good serving. Do I still own the tennis ball chair? No. All right, 5-5. Keys holds. Cam's architect background recognizes good design. Yeah. And when I took this up to the counter, the guy was like, oh, I saw that chair. I love that. That chair looks so cool. I'm like, it does. And it'll look great in my house. And it does look great in my house. 15-0. It's a little bit too short to sit in, though, for this. There we go. Just staring. I see you. All right. Here we go. Love 15. Nice hitting from Pegula. 15-0. $15 is Pegula. Good serve again. 30-15. And the serve again, Pegula. And the return goes out by Keys, 4-15. Is it comfortable? It is actually very comfortable. It's very, very comfortable. Like, you can just sit back in it and you can just sink into it. It's really, really comfy. Like, it looks weird. And it looks like if you're going to sit in it, it's going to fall apart. But it's very stable and it's very comfortable. All right, Pegula holds 6-5. All right. All right, Fritz serving. 1-love Shelton in the second. As a return from Shelton goes into the back of Fritz. Fritz puts it away. 30 love. All right, 30 love. As the return goes in the corner, Fritz. Good drop shot. Shelton gets it back, but Fritz can't get it with a volley. Nice pickup by Shelton. 30-15. Fritz serves again. Very hot in Germany today. As we're back in now from Fritz into the net. 30-all. All right. Keys serving to stay in the match again. She hits it wide. Love 15. Is it a forehand on the stretch? The backhand on the stretch from Shelton. Fritz comes to the net. Shelton with the pass. Is a lob. Fritz lets it bounce. And then misses the smash. 30-40. Shelton's got a break point. God, bad miss by Fritz. I just don't think he just didn't read it right. And oh no, he looked at the sun. He couldn't see the ball in the sun. He just looked up and went, sun was in his face. All right, break point Shelton, 30-40. Serving to the backhand of Shelton, backhand for Fritz. Into the forehand of Shelton. Shelton overhits it. Fritz survives, deuce. As Pegula hits it long, 30-15. By the way, chat, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. All right, nice 7 for Fritz, advantage. We're a serve into the backhand of Pegula, but it's a let from Keys. As the return goes forehand of Keys. Forehand from Pegula. And Keys comes in and misses. It's 30-all. 2 points away, Pegula, from getting to the semi-finals and maybe playing Sabalenka, who's playing Bartunkova later today. As we get a fault from... No, an ace from Keys. All right, 40-30. It's Keys serves again. Into the forehand Pegula. From Keys into the forehand Pegula. Keys with the volley. Pegula gets it back with a pass up the line. Too good. From Pegula, and we get the deuce. 2 points away again, Pegula. All right, Shelton serving at 1-all in the second. And he hits a forehand of the line, but I think he missed it. 15-0. All right, Key serves again. An ace down the tee. Clutch. Clutch from Keys. Advantage Keys takes us to another tiebreak. Serve to the backhand of Pegula. Into the forehand of Keys. Pegula backhand. Again to the forehand of Keys. To the forehand of Pegula on the stretch. Keys forehand again. Pegula slice goes wide and Keys survives. All right. Tiebreak. What's up? She's had enough. All right. Who's taking the second set tiebreak? Shelton holds 2-1 in the second. All right, Pegula trying to get this done in straights. All right, serve into the form of Keys. Return goes out. 1-love Pegula. 1-0 Pegula. As Keys serves. A fault. Second serve. And we're back up the line to the forehand of Pegula. Forehand from Keys is long. And it's 2-love Pegula. All right, Pegula with a mini break. As that goes out from Pegula on the return. 2-1 Pegula. 2-1 Pegula. She serves again. As the return goes forehand of Keys, Pegula with the forehand up the line. And it's 3-1 Pegula. Beautiful winner by Pegula. 3-1. Pegula. As Pegula with a fault, second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Pegula. Backhand from Keys up the line is a winner. We're back on serve, 3-2. Just wanted to say goodbye. Been with you since the start. I got to go now. Oh, Brendan. Well, you're welcome back anytime. As with a backhand win, a beautiful shot from Keys. As we get a fault, second serve. As we get a 4-4 rally, Keys into the front of Pegula, the back of the Keys. Pegula with the slice. Into the backhand of Keys, and Keys hits it out. Oh no, it was in. 3-all. They change ends. What a shot. All right, 3-3. As Keys serves again to take the lead in the tiebreak. What time's the Eala's match? 5 hours from now? 4 hours? 5 hours? 5 hours. 5 hours from now. 3-all. Keys serves again. Into the back of Pegula. Pegula in the net. 4-3 Keys. 4-3 Keys. As Pegula serves again down the tee, but it is a fault. Second serve. All right, and that goes in the net or goes out by Keys on the return 4-all. 4-4. As we had a fault from Pegula. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Keys. Backhand slice Pegula. Keys with the volley. Pegula with the pass. He's good. And then Keys hits it in the net. 5-4 Pegula. 2 points away. All right, 5-4 Pegula. Shelton, by the way, 3-2. He stays in front. All right, Keys serves. Down the tee, the forehand Pegula return. Goes in the forehand of Keys. Keys puts it away, 5-5. All right, 5-all. Keys to serve. Serving to the forehand of Pegula as a fault. Second serve. As with a slice from Keys. Into the backhand of Pegula. Keys with the backhand slice on the stretch. Again to the forehand of Pegula. Keys slice in the net. Pegula's got a match point. 6-5. All right, serve. Is a fault. Ooh, that was close. Second serve. As a return. Goes in the backhand. No good from Pegula. And it's 6-0. Great return from Keys. She survives. They change ends again. All right, what a return. What a return. Six. Oh. Match point saved. All right. Pegula serves again. Into the back of the Keys. Keys in the net. 7-6 Pegula. Match point number 2. All right. 7-6 Pegula. As Keys serves again. That's a fault. Second serve. Second serve Keys. Into the back of Pegula. Return goes wide. We get to 7-all. 7-7. 2 match points saved. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got so much tennis coming up over the next couple of weeks. Wimbledon, of course, coming up in just over a week. Next week, we've also got Bad on Berg, which will be what we're probably watching mostly next week. I think that's probably the only tournament we're watching next week. So make sure you join us for that. Swiatek on Andreeva, both playing that. Raducanu as well. So big tournament next week. And then, of course, Wimbledon straight after. There's a 4 up the line from Keys. That goes out. 8-7 Pegula. Match point number 3. Are these the 4 best Americans? No, Coco. Coco's up the best of all out of all of these players, and Coco's the best. Coco's number 1. All right, 8-7 Pegula. She serves. If we're talking about rankings, different story right now, but if we're talking about like who's the best player out of these 4 in Coco Gauff is the one. All right, return for Keys is a winner. 8-all. Pegula's just playing safe on the second serve, and Keys is just making her pay. 8-all. What a return. Even Pegula was just laughing like, really? Seriously, you're doing that now? All right, serve again, Pegula. Into the front of Keys. Return goes to the front of Pegula. Keys, backhand. Nope, can't get it. Pegula's got a 4th match point. 9-8. What a tiebreak. 9-8. Pegula. As Keys serves. Into the forehand, Pegula. Return goes into the back of Keys. Pegula backhand up the line. Keys going to get over the forehand and hit in the net. Pegula finally wins. She's into the semis. 10-8 in that tiebreak. And she takes out Keys in a couple of tiebreaks. Very close match. They hug it out. But Pegula gets to the semis, and she's going to take on the winner of Sabalenka and Batunkova, who are playing later. Again, just when we are focusing on Raducanu and Sabalenka and Swiatek and Andreeva, Pegula just getting through the draw. Just getting through. Just getting through to the semis. It'd be really fun to see her play Sabalenka. I think that's a match we really need right now for Wimbledon preparations. I mean, these are the matches that we want to see where everyone's at. And a Keys-Pegula match. I mean, Keys is still going to be a very dangerous player at Wimbledon. She should be definitely a player that you should have on your radar going into Wimbledon. She is super, super dangerous. She was a little unfortunate today to have to not get at least one of those 2 sets. But Keys is going to be really, really dangerous going into Wimby. All right, 40-30. Shelton, as he tries to lead. And I mean, Pegula is the number 4 in the world. So for Keys to take the number 4 in the world to 2 tiebreaks just shows how scary she might be. And how scary she's going to be. We know she can play on fast courts. She won the Australian Open. She's played well on grass before. All right, Shelton holds 4-3 in the second. In just over an hour. Jess revenge from earlier out in Roland Garros. Yeah. She started, Pegula just pops up at the right time. That was a very, very good win. Very solid win. All right, here we go. Shelton. He's got the lead with a set in 4-3. Let's see if he can. Let's see if Shelton can get it done in straights or if. Fritz can make this a third set. Like they've been playing 3-setters for a while. I'm going to merge the streams in a minute, so just make sure you jump on over. Is Osaka playing before Wimbledon? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, 4-3. Fritz to serve. As Fritz serves again. Into the forehand of Shelton, return the forehand of Fritz. Shelton backhand as Fritz then eventually wins the point. Shelton hit it out. And it's 15-love. You are leaving, don't get to sub on the way out. We've got so much tennis coming up over the next couple of hours and days. I don't even know what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to have to watch the semis. There's a massive semi-finals potentially in Berlin, but also even in Halle. Winner of this men's match will take on Zverev potentially in the semis. So Zverev Fritz, we know how that goes. That would actually be kind of fire. Even Zverev Shelton though. Zverev Shelton on a grass court. That's fun. As Fritz hits a lovely drop shot and it's 40-love. And then like Medvedev Tiafoe or Medvedev FAA could be down the bottom. There's some fire matchups tomorrow on in Germany. 40-love Fritz. Fritz. Also, chat, we're almost at 300 likes as well, so thank you for that. Don't forget to like the video as well. All right, good serve out wide from Fritz. Shelton gets it back. Fritz with the forehand goes wide, and it's 40-15. As Fritz holds with an ace. All right, 4-4. 4-4. Shelton versus Fritz is kind of becoming Fritz Zverev. It's definitely a common matchup. I don't think it's... if Shelton wins this, then maybe, yeah. It's becoming Fritz's kryptonite a little bit, but... All right, 4-0. Shelton with a great serve. 15-love. As a backhand return from Fritz into the slice of Shelton. Forehand from Fritz. Into the backhand of Shelton. Shelton in the net. 15-all. Serve again. Is a fault. Just second serve. That was close for Shelton. Second serve. As the forehand goes into the slice of Fritz. Fritz in the net. It's 30-15. Nice hitting from Shelton. A good kick serve on the second. All right, 30-15. As return goes nowhere because it was an ace. 40-15. Shelton serves again. Another fault. Second serve. As a return goes out by Fritz, and Shelton leads 5-4. All right. Jump on over if you want to keep watching, but good win by Pegula. 7-6, 7-6. She gets through in straights. Wasn't easy, though. Wasn't easy. She is in to the semifinals.